Hello, friends. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Today, I've come to you with a couple of things. Number one, the first chapter of the book will be out tomorrow on my Tumblr. So I will make a post on my Tumblr and it will be the first chapter of the book. Now, there are many, many chapters. There's like 60 of them plus, but the first chapter happens to be my absolute favorite. I'm a little girl in this one, so it is very innocent and wild, and I'm very excited for everybody to read it if you would like to. The next order of business is just to continue on to talk about the book so that when people read it, they will have a companion piece so they can understand a little bit more. I've talked about my entry into the dark world in a couple of videos, and the deep state and the government are not the only ones that I've been watching for a really long time. My grandmother always used to say, no one can hurt you like the people closest to you. No one can anything you like the people closest to you, obviously. The government would have never been able to even darken my doorstep if my own degenerate family hadn't opened the fucking door and invited them in. So, but we'll get to that later. For now, we're going to talk about my beloved grandmother who actually has Alzheimer's. And if you are familiar with that disease, or if you're not familiar with that disease, it is kind of like a degenerative brain illness. So people who have it from birth. Often the framework for the disease is present in their actual biology, sometimes in their skeletal structure. And so by the time I came around, my grandmother was 42 years old. And so by the time I was able to observe her in a cognitive way, she was already showing signs of this illness. Her mother, who I had a relationship with, and her grandmother also had the disease and passed away from it as well. So I always knew that that was what was going to take her in the end. I always knew she had it. It was an unspoken thing that I never even talked about. We never even talked about. I still missed it when it came, when it got really bad, which was kind of crazy because I literally had been waiting for it my whole life. But not only had I been waiting for it, I've been studying her with heart and soul and a want to understand. So I really have a lot of information to report about that particular illness and the nature of it in a very, very intricate and intimate and loving way. And I'm also an empathic person. So if I get if I am placed around the right people, the information will flow like the fountain of youth or something. So that's the most exciting part. It's not all dark world stuff. There's a lot of light work. What is the opposite of the Valley of the Shadow of Death, my friends? Do you know? The land of the living. The land of the living. If you read Psalms, there is one of them that says, I will see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. I am confident of this. I will see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. And then Mahatma Gandhi said, be the change you wish to see. So I will see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living, for I will be the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Dark world light work coming soon! Yeah, yeah!